Ready? All right, guys, let's see if we work this out this time. I'm back. I'm Beyondcaster with week 2 of the KOZ League. Let's see what we got going on this week. Not the match originally planned, but we still do have Solid State Gaming taking on Gas. And some little bit of info. Gas did beat earlier this week God Jumps 61-55 to 35-45 for those of you who do keep score. But beating them actually makes it so this week's current undefeated list only remains of Dynasty and Solid State Gaming. Now, Gas still playing Solid State Gaming could upset another team to go undefeated this week. But Dynasty up there, good job. Still undefeated completely throughout this tournament, holding down first place and preparing, it looks like, to go on to the Final Four. Now, going down, we do have Dynasty, some updates on the top team. Dynasty has taken down this week Muff Boys, not even close, and slightly salted to remain undefeated as they are. And then if you look over, we do have Solid State had a great week so far. They had a rough last week. We've gone over that. That 0-3 start, but they've turned it around, beating Free Agents and Bad Beans. Now, our last two teams won't be played until tomorrow. There was an issue with the delay. We've got it all okayed through our head staff, and they will be playing tomorrow, one of the games, so it's going to be a little off. Now, continuing on, like I said, Solid State, it's going to be a rough game. They still have to beat Gas, but this coming back to do a 3-3 will actually rank them in 4th place in the league currently. So they are actually looking for this win, and that'd be a great comeback from that 0-3 start. But tonight games, guys, Muff Boys has a sick player. We gotta wait. We have to wait. Like, it'd be unfair to ask a sick player. Everyone agreed. So we're gonna cancel, and we'll get them back up and going. Big thanks to Gas and Solid State for filling in this last second, so we still have a game to show you guys. Now, Gas is coming to looking to finish another strong week, though. That includes taking down the previously undefeated God Jumps first off, and now they're going up against the team that's undefeated this week. So they're just a momentum breaker right now. And like I said, Solid State, they're also got something to prove. 0-3 last week, but a win tonight with that 3-3 make them top 4 early in the season. That could be a big momentum booster for them. Now, we do have players all getting ready, getting set up, and as soon as they get them ready to go, we'll drop in. But let me get you a little bit about the teams. We'll start with Solid State Gaming, who we did talk to about last week, and I'll give you a little bit overview, a little bit less because we've seen them last week, and you already know what they can do. We do have Pleo 10. He's been a long stay Fall Guys member, been here as long as I can remember, participated in every tournament that ever existed. One of the big runners of Solid State Gaming, and just has won tournaments left and right. This is a Solid State gamer, if you will, hence the name he brought up. Someone who's going to hold their own in any given situation. Now going over to Mickey Moose. Mickey Moose, again, another player, solid name, strong, all around, has been around for so long, and they have such good chemistry for how many times they've played. But the question is, will Solid State Gaming be able to go up that next notch and take on Team Gas, which consists of Professor X, who was considered, and probably still is, one of the best Fall Guys players that has ever hit the game. He is constantly winning left and right. If you see him in a hexagon, you turn the other way. He is a man who can walk over people, has won countless tournaments, has been always to the finals in almost every tournament he competes in. And Team Gas is a team that has been around for so long and is known for how strong the organization is. Now, going over to Crazy Train, we got the big streamer out there, big player, but Crazy Train? Another strong competitor, also part of Team Gas, so many finals in his record, so many tournament wins, always been there to the top. And even though we're talking about teamwork between Mickey Moose and Paleo over on Solid State Gaming, you're talking about one of the longest standing teams right now that has been around for so long, has done so much for the Fall Guys community and has done so much in winning and playing in Fall Guys tournaments. They have just as much of a teamwork in comparison as Solid State Gaming is. So it doesn't look good going in all honesty, for Solid State. This definitely looks like a game that they are a little bit behind, but we'll see if they can pull anything out of the hat to be able to win this game with all bets against them, honestly. As we're filling in, just for people who are just jumping in right now, we are waiting for the players to all get ready and start up their game 1 of 5 games. Now, for a little bit of an update of where all the teams currently stand and what we are doing, this is week 2 of the KOZ League. All teams are going to be doing 5 weeks of this, and during those 5 weeks, each week a team will play 3 separate games consisting of 5 rounds. Now, whoever comes away in this duos competition 2v2 with the most kudos will be your winner of that round. And as you get wins and losses, they will be added together, and the top 4 players at the end of the league will be put into a small little tournament playing off against each other to be our grand champion of the first ever KOZ League. Now, where we stand right now, we do have Gas sitting at 3-1 currently, guys. If they pull this off, they'll be at 4-1. They do have a game that they have to take up and play tomorrow, which could still put them at that big old 5-1 right there behind Dynasty at 6-0 right now. And then we do have Solid State coming back from that 0-3 last week. Like, honestly, this turnaround is a great turnaround, and they have all this momentum behind them. This is where Gas needs to actually worry about. But they are currently at 2-3, trying to going 3-0, turn it around from the first week. So with the momentum behind them, I don't know. We either are going to have a momentum crusher, this game continue to crush momentums in Gas, or we are going to be looking at Solid State Gaming to ride that momentum cloud, bring it to week 3, and get into that top 4. So guys, I know everyone out here has a fan, has someone they're looking for. You either are rooting for Gas or you're rooting for, keep saying it, Solid State Gaming. But if whatever team you're rooting for, throw that in chat. Let people know who you are rooting for. What team are you behind, guys? We're going to be getting things going soon again, as the new people are still pulling in. We just need to get everyone settled and ready to go. As soon as they drop in, we'll have everything ready to fly. And for those of you who missed out at the start, what we are going to be switching over actually as the players have dropped in, and we'll be finishing off what's going on in round 1. Intermission, and we'll actually drop. They're actually still not queued up yet. They're still getting everything ready, it looks like. So we're going to go to a small intermission, and we'll come back to everyone really quick as we get everything sorted on the moderation side. Thank you, everyone. We'll be right back. And we're going to be interesting. Alrighty, everyone. We will be getting around to our rounds. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are trying a new system right now on how to work things for your viewing pleasure, but we will be getting back in and dropping into the game as soon as it gets going. Everything on our side should have been taken care of, and we'll be ready to present the best 5-game series that we can for you this week. But again, for all those who are still tuning in, who is still coming in, we do have Gas going in against Solid State Gaming, and let us go right over as they're jumping into round 1. And we get in right as soon as we're starting here. We do see Team Gas with Crazy Train on top and Professor X on the bottom on the left side, and Team Solid State Gaming on the right with Paleo on the top and Mickey Moose on the bottom. And you see Mickey actually getting a good run over here on the left side, getting the best options for some checkpoint manipulations. But even though he's way up there, you just see Professor X not caring, hopping through the world. Looks like he's going to take this free gold, but the rest of the players are right there, going to see what they can do. But that was a really sick grab there, pulling back Crazy Train, so this could even out those medals. This was actually really well played. I wonder what's going to happen. We'll see if Brave Boo Ball or Crazy Train is still able to get a top 12 in this scenario. Without that top 12, you are losing out on your potential advantage you could have taken of 35 kudos. But it looks like the lobby is definitely having some trouble getting a lot of people in. It looks like he's going to be just on the cusp of making it there, but just good enough. And with the lobby turning around, you are just going to walk in with a 9th place. And as we do hear a little bit of an overlay, because Crazy Train and Professors are definitely talking through each other's stream right now. But you do hear them saying they're completely fine. They do take that 35 kudo advantage with Professor taking the gold in round 1. As we wait off for our NPCs, as you've seen, they can be really good sometimes and they can be very detrimental other times. And you see Paleo there being excited. Looks like he's having a good time, chilling out. This is exactly what you want to see, actually, when you're going into these kinds of games. They both should have that stress of, all right, Gas is thinking, I'm playing a team that's been going strong all week. They are ready to play. While Team Solid State is thinking, I'm playing the team that only has lost once. They are not messing around at all. But they're able to keep this calm mindset and continue on with these games. As we wait for the last 4 NPCs to go through, we do have one of them. And with the last 3, you just hear the players just waiting up for the next game. They know what they need to do in these early ones. You're going to hear most of this communication popping out here in the finals. So with a 42, the big thing that's going through these people's minds was, are we going to hit the 21v21 jinxed? Because that can always make a game end very early. You never want to see it. But also another game you don't want to see is the 14s on Hoarders, which can randomly come up at times. Yeah, so we'll wait to see as all of these people flow through, and we're going to see a game of a ski fall for everyone. Ski fall is an interesting one, guys, because with the new updates in 4.5, if you haven't seen them yet, interesting. You should definitely go and check them out. They are a big change to how the game works, and we're going to see one of the in my opinion, worst options, but there's no thin ice at the bottom. This changes the game with this low grab section in the middle. You're going to see everyone going through and probably taking a different path than normal. Not often is the 5-5-5 method strong, but with the slowed down middle, it can be worth it. But you do see them trying to get some, and you see Crazy Train taking an interesting method where he dives out and comes in to pick up some speed. So you're not being stuck in that low grab for as long. And then Palio's just jumping down, doing the quick route 5-5-5 method, down a couple points, did start a little wait. And you do see everyone else trying to do 8-7 with Crazy down at 12. And we do have Bruh at 13. We're going to see if any of them can take first. As you see Mickey Moose trying to roll down there, take that first place. He's right in the time. He gets hit, giving Perfect Running Boss another first place. It looks like, unless I mistook something, but it definitely said Perfect Running Boss, so I'm very confused.
Are you in? You're not even... Okay, I'm not dealing with throwing.
But either way, guys, with that, it does seem it's like 35 more kudos going in towards Team Gas, which is going to give us a 70 kudo lead. And you do see a little bit of an issue coming out here, trying to get these last couple points to qual. That's going to put Heroic Little Challenger very far behind. That could have been a bronze, giving an extra 35 kudos towards Team Gas. 105, 3 medals to start with can be a detrimental start that you don't want to see. And as you see the NPCs here in the middle, they're showing you about this low grab section, how it can be a little bit difficult when you get to it. If you can get to it, of course.
You should.
But as you see, people, you're going to have to jump here, and time when you dive through or go through, because of this span, it makes it a second layer of just jumping instead of just jumping and hitting the gaps that you need to.
He got mad at Mickey. He got mad at you, Try. He got mad at himself today, the attorney, because he threw, so he got mad at
and you see that bronze coming in there by Palio, so that is the extra 35 kudos going towards Team Gas, which is going to, like I said, put them up 3 medals in game 1. This isn't what you want to be behind. This is pretty much what Solid State saw last week when we were casting. They just started falling down medals, but from last week to this week, they've won 2 games. They've been working on their play. Let's see what they got in their back pocket to turn this game around. As we're going to go to a block party. So guys, it's a block party. We can see what they do. I don't know if there's going to be any team communication here, but we will find out what they are doing.
And I had a forfeit that tournament. That was so annoying. That's so stupid.
You didn't tell me that. That's all you don't.
Luckily, that kid's gonna get banned. That dude's gonna get banned for that Discord.
All right, and we're about to see what formation. Are they going to be grabbing? Or are they just going to be chilling out with the NPCs? This is one of the most uneventful rounds that we could ask for, but with this uneventful round, we will go back to talking about Team Gas and Team Solid State. When you're looking at Team Solid State Gaming, you're looking at a team that last month in the start of May, their squad of 4 actually won Beanstalk. They are the first winners of the tournament Beanstalk, and that is a decent tournament to have under your belt, and so recently. So they are keeping up with the new game standards. And then if you look over at Team Gas, they're a team that's almost always in the finals of Bean Brawl. They're almost always, pretty much you see them in any tournament near those final standards. These are some strong teams. You just kind of expecting them to chill out, get through this round, and see what happens in the next round. So we're getting to our small jumping section. I don't expect to see any grabs here or anything, but you do see him close. Oh, you're seeing Palio get a little handsy there. Getting a little bit of a grab there on Professor, trying to make a play, seeing what they can do.
XA is down to the central though.
Palio getting a little tricked up there, does not fall off, not having a problem, but you do see Bruh getting desync to the back. It's really close, and he does make it back, but that was a really bad situation, and you do see the desync call out by Bruh, so he's definitely... And then Bruh is doing what he can, trying to run through this game and enjoy it. Does get tap grab. He is getting attacked there. They're just trying to get some people off left and right. You see Palio just getting these random tap grabs, not letting them do anything. Seeing if they can get a random kill out of the map, make sure that they don't have to deal with it, get those extra kudos bonuses. But with literally everyone making it, we're going to still maintain that 3 medal lead on Team Gas. Alrighty, we're going down from 25, and they only lost 4 people, bringing us down to 21. So we can see a team game, which is not what really Team Solid State wants to see. They need to see these games where they can make up some kudos, like a race, like a survival map, something to destroy other people. But walking into a team game, you're not going to see that. You're going to see all 4 players playing as a team, going to win. There's really no standing in the player's way. There's 21. There's not enough unless all 14 of the opponents pretty much gang up and decide we're going to go and kill red, which rarely happens. Usually you see players going after yellow if they have to pick a color at random. Just seems to be people's most favorite color. Polio here just shooting himself instead of the eggs, having a little bit of an issue. But we're getting through no problem at all. You see them working really well together, with Crazy up there was passing from the middle while the rest of the team was keeping the middle area, the U section, and keeping that moving. So they've decided it looks like they're going to go kill blue, as you see Polio immediately going in there, and then Crazy Train falling right behind says, yep, that is the play. We're going to go ahead and kill blue. And then with no one defending blue, like you just heard Polio say, this Sonic is only going to do so much, honestly. And yellow just getting dominated either way, you would think you really need to kill blue, because honestly, with blue staying alive so well, with blue doing so well, even though they have 2 players attacking, there could be some good players, which will make for a harder game in the long run. They might want to think about denoting another player to go kill blue, just to get rid of the better players, making sure that the crown is more easily attainable by the 4 of them.
That's so annoying.
And you see Polio still trying to do the old throw mechanics that they fixed. The most you can do with that is if you're trying to pretty much ride the egg yourself. That is the only mechanic going on right now. So the mechanics you have to do right now is the jump and pass it up top, or you can just jump from the bottom, toss it up to the middle section, and have a teammate ready to catch it for you. So that way they can take it and continue on. But you do see Crazy going over to yellow, just saying, I want to finish this. They're just making sure they get the win. They don't want anything to risk it, because they are not in first anymore. And with how far red is falling behind, it could be a really close game if yellow gets a gold or 2 right there. And with that, they all qualify. Same medals, so the same 3 medal advantage to Team Gas right now. And with that, we're going to go down to 14 people. So with 14, we could be... With 14 people, we will be either going into a button mashers, or we may see a final coming up here. I'm really hoping for a button mashers. We might also get a small qualified race. With a jump club around the corner, let's actually see how this is played out by our 4 contestants. We'll see who's getting grabby, and if we have someone who gets really grabby really early, we're going to switch over to them and see what they do for the rest of the game. So whoever throws hands first is going to be going for it. So Polio is getting... Nope, that's with a teammate. That's a teammate. Doesn't matter. He's just grabbing his own teammates for fun, playing a guitar, chilling out, having a good time. But we do see Crazy Train eyeing a little bit of a distance, keeping Bruh in check, making sure that he has a teammate. But Bruh getting hit by a blueberry. This is going to be big. Crazy Train's going to have to make a big play here, being down 1 player. Now with 5 rounds, it's not the worst thing ever. You haven't lost it all. But that is going to be detrimental, losing out on this. What round are we talking? We're talking round 3, 4? And getting knocked out, that's going to be a 60. This is a round 4. We're talking 75 points that they're missing out on. 105, missing out on the 70 for the round, plus the 35 for the gold. So this is going to be detrimental to Bruh, who's going to have to play a little bit behind now. And then once going into this next round, we're going to get a couple extra kudos going to Solid State. So they're hoping for a team game here, but we're not going to see it with how little people actually made it to the next round. So with this, we're going to see a thin ice. And honestly, I want to see it from Crazy Train's perspective. He has this 1v2 scenario. We're going to switch over to Crazy Train and see what he can do and see if he can pull off this win.
Oh, at least that's some...
I guess if there were a final that I wanted, this would probably be it.
see what he's got to do. He's talking about it. You're going to hear bruh in his ear, making calls, making plays. But you see that they're already working on an island against him. So he's already over here. He knows what he has to do. He has to break this island. He can't let it exist. If an island exists, he has to pick a side all of a sudden. And that is not what he wants to do in a 1v2 scenario. He wants to run this down to one layer, get handsy with one of them, and then he wants to go run with the other one unless he can find the better island. So it's going to be very quiet. He knows what he needs to do in the scenario. And you see Mickey Mouse kind of in pursuit, a little bit behind, but Paleo on the other side, making the other side an island, making it so you can't just pick one side and destroy it. So you're going to see Crazy going to the other side, running that out, doing what they can. But with Paleo not over here, you might think that they're on the other side running it out, but it looks like they're going to run two different islands and just play the islands separately as players. But Paleo's going for the grab. Paleo's going to be on Crazy. This is going to be where the challenge starts. Is Crazy going to be able to make this comeback with Paleo not letting him do anything? Crazy decides to run it out, run around, get away, and you see the island is almost completed over there, so Crazy's going to have to do something. He's going to go over to Paleo, or over to Mickey Mouse. He's going to have to destroy as much of this land as he can before he comes back. But you do see the Sonic kind of destroying the land over there, and you don't even want to see that. With, oh my lord, with Mickey Mouse falling off there, this could be a completely change of game. You see Paleo immediately coming over, immediately going to play defense because you have to play next to your opponent. You can't let them free. And he broke it off, and Paleo must have choked, must have fell apart or something, but ended up falling right there. They are going to have to really rethink their strategy, but now Crazy's up against a couple NPCs, and we'll see how this is done. But well played by staying alive through what you were being grabbed, but that was pretty much just handed to him. And we'll see. He still does need to win this because they are down kudos. They need this win so they can be up in kudos. But they don't know because they're trying to make a cutoff over here. And then this island looks like it all depends on what Sonic does. They might go for him. And a team player, oh, the owl is over here. This is actually really bad for the owl. Oh, my lord. With the owl body blocking, that is going to leave Team Solid State Gaming in the lead because no one could pull this crown. It's going to be no crown advantage to anyone. And as we're waiting, players are going to end up backing out. Players are just going to end up watching the NPCs get it, finish out the game. And it does look like the Among Us character wins. But honestly, well-fought match. We'll get back over to the analyst desk, talk about the game a little bit more, and see what we think about it. So guys, what a roller coaster for round one. First off, bruh, dying early in that jump club, not seeing the blueberry, accidentally hitting it, wasn't prepared for it to be caught up and to be flung off the map. That put a big damper in Team Gas's, so that put all the momentum even more so into Solid State Gaming's corner. So what they do, they got a thin ice, and they pulled a really good strat, in my opinion. I think they played it very well. They walked into a scenario where they decided thin ice, all right, we have the island strat, let's go set up the island. But, you know, our opponent's going to go to that island and try and cut it off. So let's cut out both sides of the thin ice, and whichever side they don't go to, we'll take advantage of. Well, Crazy noticed that half lane to destroying one of the islands, went to the other, and actually got lucky with Mickey Mouse making a mistake there. And that is a bad time to make a mistake. So falling off the map and allowing there to be a 1v1 in a very free scenario. And then Paleo making a big play, coming over, trying to play out, make the plays, actually fight against Crazy Train, being able to cut off that land, make it so he can't just jump it for free on an island, and ends up making roughly the same mistake, falling, not being able to get their momentum back on the land, Crazy getting a pretty decent cutoff to make that happen. And that put Crazy in the greatest position ever. Team Gas may have lost the game, but they're going to pull this crown. They're going to pull that big lead ahead, so the opponents still need to get a crown, and it's not enough just to get kudos and matches. Well, that well done by the NPCs all of a sudden, which helped Solid State Gaming out because all of a sudden, Crazy ended up making a mistake on his end, gets cut off, has the owl come over and comes back. So with that 105 kudo lead, that wasn't even enough. That wasn't even enough of 3 medals to pull ahead, because guys, we are currently, as you can see below, tied 1055 to 1055. We are talking about a close games. Even if Broad falls out early, just by that extra round, we're able to pull out those extra 3 rounds worth of kudos at 105 kudos, equalizing this game. We are going to be having a close one, guys. If a round 1 we're seeing a perfectly even game, hey, maybe we'll see it 4 more rounds and get a 6th game out of it. But honestly, I haven't seen a round that has been a tie for a long time. Just a single round that's evened out like that, especially when not everyone's making the same rounds. So good job, but both teams, they both know what they need to do. Team Gas, they just need to think about it, go through it with a little bit more. They need to think about their games a little bit more. Even those race rounds, they are probably so used to make it to the finals than play their heart out. That was a small mistake. They just need to shake it off, not worry about it, go to their next game, no problem. While Team Solid State, on the other hand, they need to. We're going to be seeing them into another first round seesaw, and we do see Mickey Moose and Polio taking the lead. So as I just said, they are going for that first place, and Polio getting some really good spawns out of this. Looks like he's going to have first place, but you do see Crazy Train not too far behind, definitely trying to keep it up. But Polio does have a commanding lead right now, and with this all dropping apart, with Mickey Moose still up there in 2, and then we see Bra falling a little bit behind. This could call for the lead to go towards Team Solid State right now. And you see Polio talking about getting that God spawn right away. Mickey right behind. Crazy Train in 3rd. And Bra's not far behind, getting that 4th place right behind him. No issue.
I had a nice yeet, but...
And the yeet was almost enough, as you heard Crazy Train is saying, but God spawn is God spawn. Sometimes you just get the best spawn, so you just win from it.
I had an R6 earlier. Let it go.
And you see everyone out there, we're just chilling, just talking. You see Crazy just trying to pump up Bra, say, don't worry about that last game, just let it go. Let's get going on the next round, as our NPCs are flooding through the field to finish off this next round. And by flooding, I mean flooding to the slime below, as they are all very commandingly going towards this yeet. Is kind of like watching a gnat go to a one of those bug zappers, pretty much. They're just drawn to it and don't know what else to do.
That will show all 4.
Alrighty. And with that, we do have another 42 qual. So 42 qual, again, all the players are thinking in the same idea. They're thinking, we really need to win every matchup for sure. This is big for Solid State taking the 35 kudos, but now being ahead, you don't want to deal with having, sorry, my mind is slipping from me. You don't want to deal with a jinxed round 2 now that you are down 35 kudos, which is a big turnaround from the last game. So this is Team Gas is seeing exactly what happened in reverse from last round, being behind that only that 35. If the game goes the same as round 1, we're going to see about a 3 medal lead for Solid State. So let's see if they can keep this up after that 1-2 finish. And with our next game, we're going to see a perfect match, but are we going to see the perfect death match? That's always the question here. We are just seeing our normal perfect match. I hope you guys are excited for the most grueling, the most sweaty of games ever to exist. We're going to match up some fruit, guys. It's either apples or oranges right now. So as we go through this map, we will go ahead and let you guys enjoy while I give a little commentary on more about these teams for people who've tuned in a little bit late. Team Gas, guys, as you see some NPCs fall here, Team Gas, Crazy Train, Professor X. Normally, they aren't of the squad of Team Gas together, but after some recent roster changes, they have paired up and they decided to go at the KOZ League together. They are doing really well, everyone. Currently, they're in the standings. They are Team Gas at 3-1. If they can take this, they can go 4-1. But oh my lord, with Professor falling off again, this is gonna be really bad. Team Solid State getting some really lucky rounds, honestly. This is really helping their score to go up further. It's a big lead, and honestly, this is going to hurt Professor a lot because not only does that lose you the points, you can get through, you can get back and get the points. It's not going to be enough to get a crown. You still have 3 more games. You can come back from this, but the mental idea of losing 2 rounds in a row on your team, it's definitely not going to have the same mindset going into round 3. He needs to get a chance, cool off, needs to take a break. Honestly, maybe just tell his partner Crazy Train to take care of this round and just let him take a moment, relax, and get back into the 3rd round. Bruh has this Team Gas has the power to take on Solid State Gaming. They can definitely win this series. They are not far enough behind yet. And then, as we're going into a Freezy Peak, I don't expect to see much grabbing or anything unless they really want to go for the Team Grief one of them to suicide out early and go for the 1 player continues strat, which gets you the same amount of points, but then you don't have to worry about your opponent in the final. However, you do see Crazy Train and Paleo getting God spawns, and Mickey Moose getting about as good of one as you can ask for.
I'm so glad we didn't lose because of that. Because I really thought we lost.
And looking around, you see Mickey Moose having a little bit of trouble being knocked back. Definitely going to get through for 21 qual. Shouldn't be much of an issue. But you do see Paleo up there trading hands with Crazy Train. Paleo still wants this first place. Paleo needs this first place. It is definitely going to be big to add on this lead, especially for race round where you can get a couple extra medals. They're not even going for the strat, so we'll see if Crazy does it to try and take the gold medal. I'm surprised he actually didn't go for it, and really close hit there by Crazy Train, trying to make some risky plays, and we'll see if Mickey Moose does a turnaround and goes for the grab here at the end and tries to hold back for an extra point or 2. They go chill. Mickey takes it. Paleo goes. It's a 3rd place, so it's going to be a gold, silver, silver. So that's going to be not just basically canceling out the silvers. That's a whole gold for this round going in favor of Team Solid State. That is a lot of medals in a late race round like that. You're looking at the side of 120 to 170 kudos, depending on what round we are in. And with that, we're letting the NPCs finish up 16, 17, 18, 20. I know we skipped 19, but 2 people qualified roughly the same time. And with 21 coming in, we can be getting on to this next game. And we'll see what we got going. We'll see if Crazy Train can make a big play again. But with 21 people, honestly, Crazy might want to see an elimination game to try and make a comeback early, get the people out early. But Paleo and Mickey Moose are fine with anything, a team game, anything they need to do to get a couple extra kudos here and there. And with us walking into a team game, Solid State only has one thing on their mind. We need to get first. That is so many extra kudos for having an extra partner there who's getting those extra medals. So getting first place is going to be one of the biggest things you can do, scoring yourself not only the base kudos, but an extra 70 for that first place. But Crazy Train definitely thinking in their mind, I don't want first place, but you don't got an option, Crazy. The rules state you do need to play in order to win. You do need to attempt to help. But with the fans, you all see the strategy. Grab Penguin, get in fan, don't leave fan.
You just stay on the fan and it's...
Oh yeah, too strong,
Yep.
man.
It is actually too strong.
Yellow has no points. That's crazy. I'm chasing his red being around.
So I'm getting an update that God Jumps and Slightly Salty are playing their 6th game currently, or their 6th game, their 3rd of the week currently right now, and they are currently tied after round 1. We are going to be seeing what as that game progresses. We'll get you some info as it goes on, but we do have another game going on of 2 close people, and especially with Slightly Salty in the same situation as Solid State, trying to pick up their 3rd win right now, being 2-3 so far in the league, and God Jumps trying to pick up that next win to be 5-1 with that commanding 2nd place. But as we do wait this out, you do see the scores. It doesn't look like Yellow's gonna do much, but you do see Blue needing to keep that lead, making sure they're keeping 1st place, but they can't afford to be losing anything because it is definitely a lot closer than they would want with 30 seconds left. You could definitely see Red make a comeback if they're not careful, and missing out on that extra free 35 kudos could be a lot just by getting that extra medal. And you do see the fight up in the middle. 50 people around one Penguin. You know that Penguin's not really going anywhere. That's going to be tossed in the air. But they are losing their 1st place. With that, it's 89-91, guys. We are not... With that, we might have it. 92-91, 91, 92s. It's really close. Penguin with the gold, with Palio stealing that Penguin and walking away. That was so close to losing gold. Definitely Crazy Train wanted to see it happen, but was fighting to not. Definitely not as good when Professor just looking on the side. You can see him. All right, I just got to figure out what to do. I got to make up for those 2 plays. And I'll tell you, anyone who's thinking Professor's not that good, I just saw him fall off in 2 race mounts. I will tell you, this man has a switch. This man will turn it on. He will come back and he will make a big play. But guys, big shots. This is an extra game, extra medals. This is exactly what you heard Palio say. We want extra medals, extra kudos, just chilling out. But this is a game where you can get handsy if you play it right. So we'll see what Crazy Train has in store for this round.
Man, I still don't have the golden chicken. Sad.
But as this goes on, I do want to, again, for this round, we'll switch over to Crazy Train for this round, and we'll probably see our team as they perform in the last round. But as we switch over to Crazy Train, we'll see how his plan is. We'll see if he goes for any grabs or if he's just going to play the normal strat. And I'll give you all guys a little lowdown of how easy big shots can be for you. So as we're back to Crazy Train real quick, we'll definitely go into everyone else, give him a little bit of show. But you see him going back and forth, definitely going for some grabs. So this is a little different, trying not to get hit by the middle items. But you see the pushback, you see the double hug happening. There's not going to be any movement really on this board unless it tilts. And you see a little bit of a movement to the middle. So they're both hoping they don't get hit too hard in the side, because if you get hit in the right way between you two, it could snap you off. But if you get in that vertical position where they're hugging vertically, you see that star. The stars and the bolts are the things that will kill you the fastest. Smaller items tend to ricochet you further. And realistically, they're still playing in a safe zone. You see when they're not being grabbed, they're looking at the 3 cannons up there. How you play this game, if you have trouble with it, stay between those cannons, go back and forth, left to right a little bit. And if people grab you, hug them back, because usually if you get hit, nothing will happen. Megamoose getting slammed over there a bit. Could have gone bad, but definitely played it through. And everyone falling through, so we'll come back to all 4 players. Definitely not as much action that could have happened. Crazy Train play, but with Solid State trying to play it safe, definitely wasn't in the cards for them today. But with 10 left, you never know. They may get another game in their favor. We could still see a button mashers or a potential low of 5v5 fall ball, 5v5 power trips. But we are getting into a team killer game. Now, with this one, we're going to go ahead and take a player from Solid State. We're going to watch Palio. Palio has been dominating this round. We're going to go in and watch Palio, and we're going to listen to this team communication of this team and how they're going to go about playing this 2v1.
I'm gonna get full by the golden chicken.
Might be grabby. He might be.
I'll get him out of my game, bro. I'll kill him.
They're definitely. You see him talking. He went for the grab there, but he definitely did. They did make mention that there is a golden chicken in here who could change the outcome of this game, and they are noticing and talking about the gaps. They're making sure they tell each other about all these small things. So listen to what they're talking about, because most of the things won't be.
Let's get crazy.
Irrelevant. Crazy. Everything's gonna have a mention to
crazy, it. Man. Let's get crazy.
You see Paleo getting right next to Crazy, either trying to throw hands or spin, because if you spin next to someone, you could desync them off the map. And it definitely will throw them off, because just by constant movement, if they try to step in that square, they may not be allowed to, even though on their screen it visually shows that. Versus standing and still, you'll eventually get to your spot. Like, you will only be in one spot on everyone's screen if you don't move, but if you are constantly moving, you are in different spots on your screen, and everyone's computer has to catch up due to that ping or their PS4. But you see Paleo, we're going to see if he goes for the grab. He's staying near Crazy Train, just trying to make a play. If it ever does come up, never becomes optional. But Crazy is definitely trying to avoid. And you see all that desyncing with a lot of people alive right now. We still have 8 people on this map. That's a lot of people for how fast it's starting to get. So a lot of people are going to start hitting each other during transfers. We're going to end up just bonking into each other, probably causing a couple desync kills here and there.
This guy's huge, holy.
It was a really close play. Crazy got really close and could have gotten grabbed off. They missed a chance. It looks like they're playing it a lot safer because they do have the extra person. I don't like this plan.
Man, Christian's game.
They're probably waiting until the next player goes down, because they could go for a double crown. You see Paleo getting a little grabby in a safer spot, not really going to cause anything to happen, but definitely making Crazy Train have to think, I'm still here. What are you going to do? And oh my lord, he gets desynced off. And the desync is just destroying Team Gas today. They can't keep up. This could even go for a potential double crown. And if they get this double crown, they are telling pretty much at this point, with all the extra rounds, is Gas, get the next 3 crowns. That is what we are telling you to do. But they still do have the gold chicken that they have to worry about. This gold chicken could go for a couple grabs, but they do think they're going to go for a potential suicide, take the 1 crown for sure. They don't want to risk trying to time it out against a gold chicken that could time it out as well. So we'll see how they play this out. The last time they were in this situation, they did make a mistake, but they did go for that grab, and they do all make it still. Chicken's just going for some grabs. Oh, and with that, now we'll see if they can time it out. Now we're in just the position where these two are just going to try and go. But with the long gap, this could be very challenging. So you hear them talking. They are thinking about the big gap. They're thinking about it. They're making sure that they have everything. They know about the gap. They're playing around it. But Mickey Moose unable to get up. And Paleo taking the win. That was really well done. We'll go back to all 4 teams, see them all at their final score screen real quick, and then we'll jump over to the analyst desk as soon as we can.
Oh, almost all gold round. If you gave me that gold and how about that gold on what is it called?
Oh yeah.
What's the map called? Breezy Peak. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Breezy.
Something Peak.
But you see Paleo pulling out 1350 kudos in that round himself. So we'll go ahead and switch back over to the analyst desk.
I mean, you add that.
Down of what happened. So guys, welcome to the analyst desk. I do double duty around here. It's what I got to do. Sometimes you got to make ends meet, guys. But realistically, guys, that was just a repeat of what just happened, but in the worst fashion that could have for Team Gas. Bruh getting another desync issue, falling off the map, causing them to die again before the finals, losing out on precious kudos just by having an extra body in the way. And as you see the updated score below, 1755 for Gas, Solid State 2405. You are already looking at a crown plus some difference, a little bit less than plus some, but Solid State not stopping. They honestly are just going to keep on going with this lead, and losing those extra rounds there lost you the team game, and it lost you a big shots. Now the good thing about it not being race rounds is by missing out on the race round potentials, that's not 3 medals. The Freezy Peak was 3 medals, the team game was only 2 medals plus base scoring, and then by big shots coming up, that's only 1 medal. You either get the medal or you don't. So we're talking an extra 1 for a silver. Oh no, they got the gold in the team game, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6 extra medals. So we're talking 200 points right there. and then the crown on top of it, just the piece de resistance. So we'll be hopping into game 3. Gas needs to really think what they're doing. And now we got a full update going with Solid State getting their last scoring person in. That was with only one. So now we're seeing the full lead of 1755 to 3020. Gas may still have an input. We will get confirmation when we are at finalized scores, though. So honestly, Solid State just did everything they could in that round. I don't think Solid State played it to win the game. They weren't the cause of that. Definitely being down the player on Team Gas's side caused Solid State to be in the position. But when they were given that position, they were put in a good enough position. They took what they had and made the best they could have. It.
I was like going up instead of forward. Just climbing on top of people.
Run. So like I just said, Bruh's gonna need to really focus up. He's gonna have to, and we've seen Bruh make the clutch plays every time, and you see Crazy not messing around, trying to keep that first, but Palio rolling a little bit extra, not able to make it, but Palio gets the fast route, so this is gonna be really close to him, so they're gonna have to dive on it. Bruh with oh, he missed the second flipper, but that could have done it if with the dive attempt, could have been enough potential to make it through. So well done by Palio making the play, still getting in, getting silver. Silver's all around, but the gold going into Team Gas, and they know they need it for how far back they are.
None of us got the Superman. Did you get the Superman?
I did. Me
Oh.
and Crazy String got it.
I don't think he did.
And yeah, he did.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He did.
So we have a score of 2055 to 1450 when we're looking at God Jumps versus Slightly Salted. One moment, that was the score. I just got to confirm who is in the lead of that game. And it looks like Slightly Salty is taking the lead. They're going to potentially, at this rate, cause God Jumps a second loss at the rate they're doing. But we still have a bunch of games ahead for them as well. So anything can happen. Anything can come from it.
Yeah.
But honestly, we're going to need to see some plays out of a bunch of teams here with a bunch of games left. You never know what could happen. You could see in this game, Team Solid State could die early, and then all of a sudden Team Gas could make a huge comeback on a jump showdown double timeout. But with how far Team Gas is back, let's actually see if Bruh's going to go for anything. We'll go and look at Bruh right now as we dive into this 2v2, and we'll see if Bruh's going to get revenge on this very potentially griefy game where people are gonna throw hands left and right. And for everyone who needs to know, griefing in this game, very okay. We are not saying grief in bad terms. We are just saying they are throwing hands, which is a completely accepted and part of this game. So let's go check in on Bruh as we go through this round.
Mr. Levy, thanks for the help.
All right. Bruh does have it a little silent, so we will keep the comms over. It does look like Bruh's taking a safer route this round. Doesn't want to get aggressive. Probably wants to wait it out, see what happens. And with that, you can now hear some of the background on the stream as we fix that very quickly. We have some of the best production out there. As soon as I say something, they're going to be on top of it. They're about as fast as me in noticing the stuff, even faster sometimes. But you see all four of them starting to crowd, probably because they're being they're attacking Crazy Train a little bit. So you want to make sure you're around them, and if the opportunity is right, you're going to go for the grab. And honestly, you don't want to give your team. He's going for Palio, gets go for attempted grab and turn around on Palio. That was Mickey Moose on the first grab, but getting a jump away. They do seem like they're going back for it, trying to get some quick jumps so they cannot be grabbed in place. And for those of you who do not know, you want to push against the grain, not with it, which means if they're on the blue one, you want to push out where against the way that it is going. Since now they are on purple, since this purple is going to the left, you want to push them to the right based on how the screen is, because you will, if you hold them in place, technically the piece of the roller will move below you, for those who don't know. But we did get everyone through. No kills there. Not the best thing that they wanted to see on Team Gas, but we can go back as all four are going to be loading into the next game. But Bruh definitely was hoping to maybe get a kill or two there, had some opportunities, but Solid State was not going to let it happen as it was a longer opportunity, giving them enough time to react. So let's jump back and look at all 4 players as we are going to be diving into a button bashers and let's is playing who if we get any interesting matchups. This could be really bad for Team Gas if they play against each other. But if there's anyone who's playing against each other, we're definitely going to go and watch one of their screens to see that specific 1v1.
I do not have either of them.
It does look like no one is paired up against each other, so we'll just get an idea of what happens here. This is the first button bashers that we're going to be seeing in KOZ League. So for those of you who don't know, you run around and there is in this zone a bunch of buttons. In fact, there are 7, 3 on each side, 1 in the middle, and the corner ones have a fan attached to them, and the middle ones have, or the side ones have a light bridge. The middle one is connected to the low grav, high grav. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, basically, if you hit a button, you turn on a fan. If you're in a fan, you can move. You do not hit the button, that's the light bridge. It turns it on or off, same as the fan, and then you can walk on the light bridge or not walk on the light bridge. If you change the one in the middle, you can change it from high gravity, which means you drop faster. You'll drop all the way down a lot quicker. And if you change it back to low grav, you can jump higher. Now, one of these buttons is always going to be yellow. Once you hit that button, you want to hit that yellow button to gain a point. If you don't hit that button, you lose. You just don't get the point, and your opponent can go get the point. Whoever has more points is the winner of button bashers. But now that we are here at 20 seconds left, let's look around. We do see Crazy Train absolutely dominating his opponent. We see Professor dominating his opponent. We see Mickey Moose dominating his opponent. And we see Leo dying, but definitely surviving with extra 4 points, but definitely playing it a lot closer than they wanted to.
Get the silver.
To get 20. I think 20 was actually a silver or
Wegmans,
something.
never heard of
I
it.
don't know if the points.
Good evening, Garuda.
I did not see
But he quit early.
the
He actually
places
quit
there,
early.
so I don't know what the kudos they're going to earn from that round, but you saw them all trying to earn high kudos amounts to see what medals they could get.
really?
As you see them talking, not knowing
your
exactly
time?
what the
Do you have
kudos
your
are based
track
on.
129.
129 what? Like exactly 129?
Ooh, and now we're getting into a tiptoe. This could actually get really dicey. With some quick grabs, you could really take someone out. So this is going to be a big changer. And with a Bonkus, you can really hang out at the end and cause someone not to win. So we'll see what Team Gas and Team Solid State are going to come up with here as we are looking at it 8 qualify. Now, with the Bonkus, it's definitely going to make it hard for the NPCs as a lot of them don't understand how to qual in these maps, but they will definitely have an opportunity. And with the Yeetus, we'll see if there's any Yeetus attempts to take that first place.
Try for the Yeetus there.
And you see Bruh taking the free spot. He knows that that one right in front might be the Yeetus, but he wants someone to fall off and mess it up to confirm it. And with that, you can see the Yeetus. Mickey Moose not allowing it to happen. They're going for grabs. They don't want each other to get the Yeetus by dropping in and potentially hitting it. And honestly, with all those platforms on the other side, anything could happen. But Crazy Train going back to the start, we'll see what happens there. You do see the grabs between Professor and Paleo. They are fighting. But with Crazy Train here, anything could happen. Both of them are not allowing each other to get across because you do not want to make that mistake. But with that, you see how many people are there at the end. They could find this path and actually finish the map. But they do not find it. They don't know what number it is. And they got to guess. They figure to find it out. So with that, are getting some grabs. They're not letting each other once and definitely knock each other over. Kills off Mickey Moose. What a grab by Professor going in, getting that 7th spot. Paleo needs to go. He's 7th of 8. He has to play it. That was really well done there by Professor. Like I said, Bruh is out for blood after those last 2 rounds. He is going to make his comeback, and he did so by killing out Mickey Moose at an early round before a final, showing him, let's get to that next round. Let's have that advantage. Let's get that crown that we lost back, and then we can go ahead and start working on the kudos piece by piece. And we're getting a thin ice, so we're going to see a reverse of what happened last time. So with Mickey Moose out, last time was the solo player Crazy Train, but this turn we're gonna watch the solo player Paleo, because you know what, Paleo's got to figure out this 1v2 just to hold on to this lead. So guys, we're gonna take a moment, we're gonna look at Paleo, we're gonna see what they have to do to beat Team Gas in this 1v2. seeing Polio run around, and it does look like Crazy Train's going to cut off the map in half. Polio's going to go cut it off. It looks roughly like the same strategy as last time, and it does look like someone's on the other side trying to cut off the map.
Let's go, Wargamer.
So yeah, they're doing double. They're doing it the double strat because there's an NPC over there they're talking about that's cutting. So with the NPCs cutting off the map, this is going to make it really hard. So let's listen to Pleo and see what they're talking about, because they're talking about a lot of tactics right now.
Control acted up and my game was lagging like. Oh, they're dropping frames. Bro, what the hell? I don't know what's going on there.
Oh yeah, there's a big island there with Professor, but there's 2 guys on it. Yeah, let me check Crazy.
There's 2 guys here.
Well, since he's over here, this is actually an interesting decision. With there only being a 2 gap, you can actually leave this for a little longer, but he is breaking it very reliably. There's 1 NPC over there, and you still do have the middle, but you do have to watch the other side, which you can hear Mickey Moose is keeping an eye over there, because Crazy Train is on the other side, rocking a very big zone and might get his own island, so you don't want that to happen. But that NPC trying to kill Bruh, that NPC is right there trying to go for the kill, but this side is being broken. Bruh is gonna cut it. He's gonna have to leave because Bruh is gonna cut it off, not allow a comeback from this side. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna see Polio. He does have an option. He can make it, and he can still make it. No, he cut it off. No one can come back. We'll see. I believe there's a monkey over there with Bruh, but we'll see. There's still an option for Polio to go over to the other island, so we can see what happens over here. We definitely see the cutoff. He's trying to cut everything off. Still has an option to what Crazy has, and he's gonna just go cut off Crazy. He's in the lead, so he doesn't care. He just doesn't want them to win, since Bruh can't win. So this is what they're hoping for.
No, it's fine.
So we can see if anyone goes for a god jump, but this is it. We're just killing the tiles, and no one's gonna get the crown. That was the plan, so they're gonna play it just how they should. And good play. We're gonna give it to the NPC as you needed, but yeah, definitely wanting the win, Polio, is very important. But guys, well done, not allowing Team Gas to pull out that win, as we're waiting on the last NPC to die down. Probably this Cuphead is going to take a massive victory. We'll see if everyone just drops out and goes to get their kudo.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, Try. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yep, and right there, as we see, the Cuphead takes the victory. Another NPC win. Honestly, 2 out of the 3 games going to NPC wins. NPCs are doing really well today. They might actually be the kudo victors right now.
For you, man.
I could have swore I saw that
But
at one point, otherwise I
as you see, all of them coming through, kudos will be shown up really quick. And let's see how much of an advantage they took right there. Bruh always blocking it with his screen. Doesn't want people to know these numbers. But 330 to 440 for his teammate. Mickey Moose falling early is going to be a big drop, but that's definitely going to come back. And talk about that a little bit more. So, as we are here, we'll get the scores to update as soon as they can. Guys, Game 3 was what Professor was waiting for. Making that big comeback, getting that kill in that tiptoe, exactly what I was calling out, making sure Mickey Moose couldn't make it to the next round. Unfortunately, they didn't have as many follow-up rounds to be able to get extra kudos, but they made the most of it. But again, Polio in the 1v2 was able to run out Professor, run back, and run out Crazy Train. Professor had the chance. He could have probably kept going for the cut and then just try and held Polio there and let Crazy play the other side. But they didn't make that call early enough. So it ended up getting a good cut over on Bruh, and Bruh just couldn't get that kill and that knockoff that he needed to shut Polio down. So that way Crazy could have taken it. But good kill by Bruh to be able to pull those extra kudos just a little bit closer in the favor of their team. Now, what we see in the scores below is not a huge dramatic lead anymore. We are looking at 2670 to 3760. All the numbers are really close, so I almost flipped those on accident. But guys, we're talking 990 points. One crown's going to take care of 735 of those. So we're looking at 265. So not that far out. We're talking 6, 7, 8 crowns or 8 medal difference with 2 more rounds ahead of you. Those 8 medals could be made up with, and just 1 crown is necessary to make this huge game and a full comeback. So guys, while this game is not over, while we get to swing into round 4 and see what's going on, what are you guys rooting for? Who are you guys rooting for out there, chat? Are you rooting for Gas to make this comeback? To actually come back from Bruh, losing out these first 2 rounds, making that kill, and he's going to come back and make the clutch plays that we know he is capable of? Or is this going to be the week for Solid State Gaming to pull out 3 wins this week and go on to get a 3-3 by the end of the week and maybe get to 4th place, or at least tied for 4th place, to get themselves on track to that Final 4? So guys, as soon as we get an update, as well as we've been talking about, just so you are aware, we are keeping an update on Slightly Salty and God Jumps, who are also playing a game currently right now. So we'll keep you updated on what is going on with them. And we are in a hit parade. And again, they keep getting stuck with these 42 qualify numbers. Paleo getting a potential boost, tried to get that lead, getting hit backwards. This could go really bad. We do have a really great place for Crazy Train. Bruh's getting up there. Bruh doesn't even get silver. Neither does anyone else. It looks like everyone bronze, but what did Crazy Train get is the question. With a silver, that's only a 35 victory. But on that 8 medal lead I'm talking about earlier, we are down to 7, maybe 6. I don't know what the exact number is. I believe it's 8. So we're looking at like a 7 medal difference with a crown for Team Gas to make the comeback. And like I said, they are going for that comeback. And Solid State needs to defend from these medal differences. And 2 bronzes is not the way to do it, especially when Paleo was in a position to take a free first right there. So we're going to load into the next game and see what we get. With 42, team games is all Team Solid State wants to see now. They just want to keep seeing team game, team game, team game. They have this huge advantage, and they can kind of hold on to it. But these races is going to potentially give advantages to Team Gas. But we are talking roll on. So, guys, if you know how to hold forward, congratulations. It all comes down to who has the best spawn in this situation. So honestly, if Team Gas, though, makes the comeback, that's going to be insane. If Team Solid State can hold this, that's going to be insane. These is not the way I expected it to go. I expected this match to essentially go Team Gas in the lead and Solid State have to make the comeback. But honestly, Crazy Train getting a really good spawn, but definitely getting passed up by this Ice Cream, who takes a weird route, giving Crazy Train the lead. That's going to be really big for this potential gold. As long as Crazy Train plays it right, this should be a free gold, especially Professor right behind. And with Mickey Moose, we'll see if one of them goes for the grab on Mickey, just to pull him back. That was a grab by, you saw it, but the fall by Crazy Train could lose the medal, but it did confirm Bruh to get first if he plays this right. He is caught in the middle. Mickey Moose right behind. Mickey Moose trying to get a grab, trying to get in position to get a grab and start chain grabbing. He does have it. He's getting the chain grab off, allowing Paleo to take the first and gets the kill.
Oh,
so we'll see if they get top 8, because they did get gold, silver. So that's going to put them back their 8 lead with Crazy Train falling.
No way.
That's going to be big. Bruh's still getting the silver, but this is all going to come down to Crazy Train and see how he finishes. It's probably going to be a bronze, which is going to be a 2 medal advantage. Honestly, 2 medals. That's going to put him at a 9 medal lead.
No. It's not enough people. People go in. Let's give you. Yeah, he got bronze. Yeah.
All right, Slightly Salted is up in their game against God Jumps with 29-72. I believe it was 24-35 with complete confirmation. Did not want to give you that long numbers, but that's after game 3. So they are really close. They are within 1 crown over there, and we'll keep you updated on that game. Like I said, want you to know on every bit of what's going on in the KOZ League. If we can cast it, I will give it to you. Now, as we come back to this, waiting on the last 3 NPCs to figure out they just need to hold forward to make it through this map. We will finish it up.
Set it up to be competitive. Knockout City way ahead of the game. Custom lobbies.
And as we have this game ending up, we will go ahead and see what happens.
Going well, poppers, I suppose.
And we're just watching an NPC try to do it as one person is qualified. And remember, guys, this is the harder, newer version of Roll On with punching boxers. and some hammers, knocking people off
Dude,
and
these
not being
NPCs,
able to
what
deal
the
with this.
fuck is this?
You hear it from them, folks. They're just waiting for the time to go out as 28 has qualified, and this one's just been having trouble. But you see that gold silver there by Polio, Mickey Moose, and the silver bronze by Bruh and Crazy Train. An extra 2 medals, bringing that difference, like I said, back
Nice.
up to a 9 medal
We get 2
difference
medals
with
here.
a crown. So we'll see where they go from here. 29, no team game again. This is good for Team Gas, bad for Solid State. Team Gas wants to see regular races, wants to see these extra potential medals to go in their hand, maybe even a bigger qual Hoopsie Heroes. If they can get a quick gold, will be a great play for him. Or even at this point, Professor just says, I want another tiptoe. I will play it as soon as I can see it.
Right.
But we are talking about a grabby game.
Sure.
We are talking with wall guys. They are definitely going to make some grabs, some plays. If they are not getting
It is a
first,
straight
you're
pass.
definitely making
Um,
Team Gas needs to make sure Solid State doesn't. So
Yeah, for the last one.
we're going to be going. It's a nice, easy path. It looks like 3 of them are all starting on one side. Mickey gets his own little play. So we'll see if Polio goes for some cheeky early grabs. But no, Professor getting an early run, but not on the correct side. Catching up to Mickey, trying to
How
get a
did he
grab.
grab me?
Does
That was so
get
far.
the
Like, this is
grab.
bullshit.
So well done. Getting the jump over, making sure going for the easy route. Bruh is not messing around.
Really?
He does have a green
Oh,
shark
God.
behind him, but it is not the Polio green shark. This is where Bruh is going around
Oh my
the
God, I
bend.
fell.
Could have made the jump to the right. Definitely going a little slower, but still in the front. Still going for that first. And Bruh right behind Crazy Train
Yeah.
right there. So Crazy Train and Bruh taking the 1-2 gold silver, and you see Bruh might be going for an extra medal here. Just going to try and get a cheeky little play with, because with 29, you're looking at the top 5 are going to get a silver medal.
What?
So with Mickey
Oh my
Moose
God,
getting
this shark
grabbed
grabbed me.
down,
2 games left.
What?
he's going to go for the Polio grab,
Did I
and
clear?
these two are
What is
going to
this?
fight. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I got desync push again.
We'll see what happens with Mickey Moose down there. Honestly, Bruh could just go qual. He should go get the silver right
Oh,
now.
no
Make sure he tops
way,
5s.
bro.
Oh my lord,
Not
he
throwing
lost
God, I got-
it.
Desync push
That's going to be a
every time.
bronze
What
for
the fuck
Bruh,
this?
which is
Couple more
actually going to
games,
kill their
and
times, their extra
probably
kudos a
calling that a
little
night.
bit. And I
Hope
think
you
that's
get it.
another
damn it,
bronze
man.
for Mickey. So actually with Professor waiting around too long, you see that bronze
he went
pull
kinda
through.
in
So that's
late.
only going to be a 1 medal difference, bringing it back to 9 when they could have done a double and brought it down to 8 again. So Team Gas there, Bruh making a small mistake, getting grabbed there at the end,
That's fine.
staying a little too
I mean,
long
we
on
had
Polio,
one-
especially if Polio
one
is going to
medal
get the
ahead, so-
silver. As soon as you saw
And
Mickey
this-
in
this
that
round.
position, should have gone back, should have chilled, gotten your points, and accepted it just for that 2 medal advantage, knowing Mickey's going to take too long to get top 5. But
came
now
up 'cause it's-
coming here into a tiptoe, this is what Bruh wants to see. Bruh needs to make
we need to have-
another play here,
Have you-
because this can offset so many extra kudos with this kill. And we're talking an 11 qual again,
No, they'll
another
definitely go
low
for a grab.
qual.
My bad. What did you say?
So we'll see what's going on. That early grab by Bruh, just not
No
letting him
idea.
go. It really doesn't matter. He's just chain grabbing. He's just slowing him down. So his teammate might be able to make a play.
Spicy.
All right, we'll see who gets through. We do have up front Crazy
What's
Train
it?
thinking about it. Everyone getting knocked off by that Bonkus is going to be big. That pulled off Polio and Crazy Train, but Mickey Moose and
I mean, they both
Professor
went out
still
there,
up at the
so-
front.
Ooh.
Bruh taking a guess, and that was actually a very risky guess because that could have given out the path right there. But they do know it's 2 ahead. If they go for that 2
it's on
jump,
the
it's
left, yeah.
definitely a safe jump. And they do know it's coming back to the left. They found the path off to the left. So this is going to put all 4 of them over there up front. They know that a gold is necessary, but really Solid State has enough of a lead that they just want to qual, while you see Team Gas knowing they need to get a kill
gotta be
just to
straight.
catch up on some kudos. They don't want to go into this last game still needing a
maybe.
crown plus kudos. Especially with a 9 medal difference on top of that crown, it could be very challenging. And this is going to be on the very right side, it looks like. They're going to have to go under the
Oh my
bunkers,
God,
but with
Crazy
3
silver.
being shown, 3 is
Wait, it's on
insane.
the left.
And that's an NPC who took first, so they're going to lose
I'm
off
in.
on this gold. And with that,
got
we
this,
do
you
get
got
one
this.
person in. It looks like they got second, but Polio fell early. But we do have
No
Crazy
way,
Train in the
dude.
back. Professor's being a little bit grabbing, going through, making sure Crazy can make this. But that's going to hurt. Polio still going to make it. No
It's fine,
problem.
you're
Definitely a late qual. This
all
is
that
going to
matters.
give some extra medals, though, to Solid
Too bad
State
Polio
again.
still made it.
With
I mean, I got
silver,
silver, I
2
didn't get
pinks,
silver, I don't
and a
think so.
bronze. That's another medal going towards Team Solid State,
Yeah,
pulling back
exactly.
that
So we need
another
another one.
medal lead to get them at,
probably
I believe
equal
it's
medals.
10. It's like 9 to 10 extra
got silver.
medals after the crown. Team Solid State really pulling away with this right now.
Hey, Commander, how are you, man?
It all comes down.
How you doing?
No, it all comes down. Team Gas is going to really need to make a play here. And guys, we are on Hexagon. We are looking at Professor. I am sorry. Professor knows Hexagon. Let's check this out. Game 4. Professor, what do you have to show us?
Actually have a good.
And as an update really quick, while they're on the top levels, God Jumps just takes the lead by 305 kudos after game 4. This is a close game. Whoever takes this last crown in their game will be the victor of their set and go on. And will that be Slightly Salted pulling a 3-3, which will put them in top 4 currently? Or is that going to go on to be God Jumps, who can take on that 5-1 record? But as we think about what could happen on one side of the bracket, let's see what Professor does with his team, and let's see what communication we are going to see by this team. You see on the other side, both Professor and Crazy up top row. I actually am not a fan of this play because you can see Professor has the less amount of tiles. He could have dropped down early in this scenario and just started running out tiles, giving Crazy Train a potential advantage. But it does look like he has all this to himself if he can cut off this Shark. So this is going to be a potentially big play. And he misses the turnaround, but definitely has all this space over here, but not much purple below. So we'll see what happens. Not allowing himself a lot of space to come back from. Gonna make this a harder jump for himself. Gonna have to drop all the way down to yellow and cutting himself a decent space. Pretty decent space, honestly. Gonna have to turn early. Coming back and running a small little yellow island, but he's going to be playing against a hatchling who is going to take some space. But Fall giving Bruh a really big advantage. And you see all these players down there. Heroic little challenger drop. Mickey Moose is the only one left, but Bruh has to win. There is no other option. He needs to go for a cutoff in the middle right now. He's going to jump back. This is all his. That cutoff in the middle he missed out on, but with that ice cream cone, this could be a really big challenge if the ice cream cone uses those platforms. The ice cream cone is going to cut him off, but Andy Falls missing a jump input, causing the win to actually go to Mickey Moose.
Big game, big game. Yeah, we chilling.
And with that, that's going to give them another crown advantage, and that might be This might be the end. This might not be able to be came back from. We'll see the scores as soon as they get updated. But while we go to that, let's go back to the analyst
double crown,
desk
maybe?
really
I
quick.
don't know. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
All right, guys. Welcome to the analyst desk. I've been with you all day. It's the same person. Don't get confused. Don't think I'm a twin or anything. But, guys, that game right there was going so well for... Overall, it was evening out. Solid State was pulling off some medals here and there. But honestly, I think that was a slight error by Gas's judgment in that situation. As an analyst, I think what they went for was actually a good play. If that ice cream cone did not go over there, that could have been Professor's game left and right, even without that jump input. I think Mickey had enough to last out those two, but being able to jump where that ice cream cone was would have given an extra 3, which probably would have been the game. All honesty, I think when he was up a level higher, you would have seen a point where he looked to the right and he could have seen a cutoff potential. Jump over there, cut off your opponent. Because even if you lose this crown, if your opponent does get it, you are still in the game with a double crown. If you don't get this crown and your opponent does get it, you're out 2 crowns and a lot of medals. Now their way of coming back is they need a kill and a double crown with that second crown. So they played a little risky, and if you play risky, you can get a big reward. If they would have won that crown, they would have been right there on the exit, ready to go. So that's what they were playing for, was that big risk, big reward play. They would have played it safe. They could have potentially came to another round, see how that went, but you would still be hoping for a potential double crown, where now you're looking at a double crown and some really big early kills. So as we get all the scores in and updated, I will tell you when they're finalized as soon as I get the mention that they are. Going to this last game, that's all you can expect. You want to have your eyes on Team Gas at this point. Team Gas is going to be here to kill people. That's about it. They need early kills. They need fast wins. They need first place. They need all golds, and they need early kills. That's all I can say. If they can get a single kill on a round, on an early race round, and maybe do a turnaround, grab and hold, you might get a couple rounds, a couple kudos that way. And honestly, if you can get a second round roll off or something like that and actually kill an opponent, that's going to be so much of a kudo advantage to actually come back into this game. But they are still hoping for that final, and I've seen it. They have timed out that roll off. So we'll see if they get a roll off or if they get a jump showdown final to potentially get that double crown. So, and as I'm getting an update, our score does look like it's 31-10 to 53-75, and it's an update. If the teams feel like they can't make the comeback, they can forfeit out the final match, and we are just seeing if that is the confirmation point of where they are at. It's not something we always like to see, but obviously players don't want to be playing if they feel like this match isn't going to do much. But I'll tell you again, Gas has the chance. With these finalized scores, a double crown is 1470 kudos, and 1470 kudos would put them at 4580, and 4580. You're looking at 800 behind. So yeah, you're looking at about, you need a roll out round, round 2, and you need the double kill round 2. That's about it. You need to kill both of them round 2, and then you need to be doing a bunch of golds, not eliminating people on other rounds. So there is a potential, but the order of maps has to fall in your favor, and it all starts with a rollout, a slime climb, something to kill a lot of people round 2, and then you need to keep everyone alive as long as you can and help the NPCs, just so you can get an extra maybe round, an extra 2 rounds, which will add to those base kudos. So it is a potential, but it's not the highest chance. So we'll see what happens once we get full confirmation, but it does look like we are going to the final match, maybe? We'll see. So we are calling it. Does seem like Team Gas decides to bow out while they are here, get ready for their next game. And with that, guys, Team Gas is now at a total of 3 wins and 2 losses. They'll be finishing their 6th game tomorrow. They had some issues with the other team, so we're going to go ahead and finish that up tomorrow when they can. But we do also have coming up Solid State Gaming, 3-3. This means they are officially in 4th place. They have caught up from last week's 0-3, and they are one of the top 4 teams. And for those of you who are still interested in what's going on, I believe Slightly Salty and God Jumps is still going on in their 6th game. So please go give them a look. Go give them a lurk. Go check out those teams of Smock and Reserved Comics on Slightly Salty. And then Team God Jumps on it has, after I get complete confirmation so I don't make a fool of myself, on God Jumps, we do have, while I get that confirmation, actually, as soon as we get that notice to me, I'll be able to let you guys know. But they are having a good game. You can check Smock or Reserved Comic out right now and check them from their perspective and see what's going on. They might just be in the final of their final round right now. And it does look like it's Joshin 2K and Karem are playing on God Jumps. And these are all competitive players that have played together a lot, actually, and play against each other all the time. Go to one of their streams, check them out. And honestly, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for KOZ. We'll be back here with another featured game next week. I'm glad you all could join us for these really exciting 4 games, as we're seeing, it looks like a lot of teams are starting to sort and settle into where they're going to finish in the finals, but we do have 3 weeks left and anything can happen. So next week I'll see you at the end of the mid-season week, and I hope you all have a good one. Thank you for showing up to KOZ League. I hope to see you next week. Questions where I don't know is the greatest thing in the world. But just like that, it's like I need a player's name for the team we're talking about. Throw it at me so I can at least know it.
Well, I heard you say